In this video, I'm going way back in time and looking at my potential band names, song names, and album titles from about 20 years ago. I'll see you in 6 seconds. Well, hello there, people. So I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks, it seems like. It's because I'm just getting over a cold. I was sick for about a week. And no, it wasn't COVID, but thanks for asking. I haven't been sick in a couple of years, so it was just my time. I also quit my job at the casino I started working at. I worked there for about 3 weeks, and it was just too hard to work for too little pay. I was completely miserable. I hated it. And I even told my boss when I was putting in my notice, I told him I hated going to sleep because I knew I'd have to get up at 3 in the morning and then bust my butt all day. And he just kind of laughed. He's like, I get it, man. It's not for everyone. And it just affected my whole life. Like having to go to bed at 8 p.m. and waking up at 3 in the morning to be to work at 4. It sucked. It just made me appreciate Amazon Flex even more. So today's video is kind of a fun one for me. I was going through some stuff a little while ago and I found this piece of paper which had a bunch of band names, album titles, and song titles that I wanted to make at one point in my life. This is over 20 years old when I was in college. It's so ridiculous. I think some of these would get me arrested today in certain countries. With the way everyone's so politically correct now. I'll just leave the worst ones out. So I wanted to start a band when I was younger. For the longest time, I started playing drums when I was in 6th grade, all the way up until I graduated high school. Oh, what? You don't believe me? Check out this awesome picture. Man, soak it in. Anyway, and I was actually more of a percussionist. I never actually got to sit behind a real kit and play, but I played the snare drum, bass drum, timpani, bells, anything percussion related. I even played a typewriter one time at a school concert. Yeah, so I wanted to start a band, and living in a small town in Alaska, it was kind of hard to find other people who I considered as talented as I was. And so, that ship sailed a long time ago, but I do have some cool ideas we came up with. Before we get to that, I know you didn't ask, but these are my top 5 favorite drummers of all time. Number 5, we've got Richard Christy. Number 4 is Scott Travis. Number 3 is Mike Portnoy. Number 2 is Dave Grohl. And number 1, the great John Bonham. Okay. They do say that drums are the most important part of any band. A band is only as good as its drummer, they say, because they help keep the tempo going correctly. So, and I agree. I actually won the John Philip Sousa Award for Most Outstanding Musician, but that's not saying a whole lot because there were only 20 people in our whole band, so. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, let's get going on some of these. Let's start with the band names first. All right. The first one is the stupidest, but also my favorite, the Wife Beaters. We're not celebrating beating your wife. Our gimmick was that we would wear wife beaters and then throw them out into the crowd after the show. No? Okay. You gotta admit, it is kind of catchy. And another one is Shit Vacuum, but it's like the dog Shih Tzu. It's spelled vacuum instead of the zoo. Don't ask, it's really stupid. Then there's the Immigrant Smile. I thought that sounded cool. I stole that from the Howard Stern show. They were talking about how when you talk to someone not from the US and they don't understand what you're saying, so they just smile. Okay. The next one is All Things Medium. I stole that from a guy I used to work with. He was working at a restaurant and they ran out of to-go containers. And the manager made an announcement, something like, we're out of all lids for containers and all things medium. And I just thought it had a cool ring to it. Let's see, some of the other ones were rectum, facial slide, flaming dildo, mucus plug. Ooh. Okay, some of the album titles we wanted to come up with were, oh man, I can't say some of these. Testicular Homicide is one of my favorite ones. Greatest Hits Volume 1, of course. Every band needs that. Let's see. Yeah, can't say that one. Can't say that one. We were going to put out an EP called Take Me Jail. Because we were watching Cops one time. And there was a skinny little Vietnamese guy. He hit his wife. And for some reason, the cops showed up. And he thought the cops knew. And he was just all, I hit my wife, take me jail. And they're like, sir, we're just here to do an investigation. He's like, take me jail. And they're like, oh, okay, turn around. We'll take you to jail. So that's where we got that from. And some of the song titles. Sociopath. Chunks in My Throat. The VD song. Why Don't You Want Me? You're Great. Spelled Grate. I Wish I Could. That was our love song. Your Band Sucks. Sunset on the Water. Leave My Gun Rack Alone. I actually wrote a country song called Leave My Gun Rack Alone, and it was pretty good, actually. It's about this guy, he's getting a divorce. He lost everything. And he's like, you can take my house, you can take my home. No, you can take my kids, you can take my home. But darn it, you leave my gun rack alone. Okay, anyway. Pull My Finger, I Hate People. Ask Me Why, I Support the Death Penalty. God in a Bottle. Death by Me. Failure. Your Smile, another love song. Woke Up in Jail. You're Too Fat. Defrost Our Love. I Haven't Bled Yet Today, So He Must Love Me, in parentheses. At Least You're Not a Toilet. And I Bagged Her Groceries, She Bagged My Heart. Yeah, I don't think we would have gotten very far. But there was just some ideas that we had together. It was my friend named Tim in college. We came up with most of that stuff. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you could give it a like, that would help. And thanks for taking part in the polls. If you have, they've been a lot of fun. Like I said, I only had to block 2 people so far. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching.